All right, Reefers, over at the Manta Systems booth, and I'm checking out something really cool. You've heard me say it time and time again, innovation, right? We're checking out a really, really cool product. I'm gonna let Tamara take it over. Go ahead, Tamara, what are we looking at right here?
Okay, so this is the R1 feeder. It's an automatic frozen fish food feeder that's actually a freezer. So this whole thing can go onto your tank or on the return compartment of your sump. And so it has a magnetic lid. It has 12 magnets in the lid, 12 in the device, so it actually just pulls right into place. It has a really tight seal. And then here it has a gasket on the inside. We built it like a Yeti cooler, so it has insulation built throughout. And then this is the internal cartridge here. It has 72 cubes of any brand. You can mix and match in any way that you want, so it's gonna feed from the bottom up. And then this part, when you put in the device, this slides up, and it has a plunger on the inside that's gonna push it out. So if there are two cubes stuck together, it breaks it apart. And then however you want it fed, if you want to feed like 2 fish and a coral or whatever you want, that's just how you load it. When you put it back in the device, it's gonna lock right into place. Now when we have it dispensed, this front sensor right here is an optical sensor, so it's a laser. So if the food breaks the laser, then we know it's been successful. If not, it knows what to do. And if it's really jammed, if there's really a problem, it's gonna rotate to the next section, send you a notification, say, hey, we're good with feeding, but we did have a little bit of a jam. The food just goes right into the cartridge here. As it thaws, it's just gonna come out through the grates. And there's gonna be a lot of different options with different lengths and also sizes depending on the food that is fed. There's 3 mounting options for rimmed, rimless, and also for Euro brace tanks. There's a lot of technology in here. So we have Wi-Fi, we have Bluetooth, we have 3 temperature sensors. So everything is built in. It's gonna be available for any controller that's on the market, and we also have a really easy to use app.
Gotcha, okay, you answered a couple of the questions I had. I think initially the first one I think of when I see this is I worry that all the cubes freeze together, and it wants to launch a gigantic row of all this fish food into my tank, and then I overfeed my system.
Yeah.
You kind of answer that. So it's punching through the cube.
Punching it through 1 cube at a time. So if you want to feed 3 cubes, just going to go 1, 2, 3.
Gotcha. Another question, is it specifically cube food?
Yes.
Or, okay, so it will only be cube food that you can feed in. You can't like break off sections and throw them in. It'll just be the specific cubes.
It'll be the cubes. Now you can make your own food. They have all the trays out there. So if you want to do smaller pieces, you can just add more water to make the cube size that you want.
Gotcha. And then what's the price point you guys are looking at for this?
So we're going to crowdfund.
Gotcha,
so we're starting at 700. So right now we're doing email addresses for Indiegogo. So it'll be 700, and hopefully in about a year we're going to come to market, and it should be about 950 retail.
Well, awesome. I'm definitely going to make sure to drop that down in the link below, the GoFundMe and all that good stuff for sure. We'll definitely, anything else you kind of wanted to talk about with this unit? I'm really impressed. I think
Thank you.
outside of maybe the size is really big.
It is big.
But I think you kind of need that, right? I think with the whole concept of a frozen food feeder, right? I think you kind of want that. You guys are taking away, I think, the biggest fear when it comes to actively feeding food to your tank, right? I think the idea of dosing food from a fridge setup, right? You kind of set something up like that, you're gonna have food in the lines. You can't purge the lines. And I think that's the biggest concern for a lot of people on the market, trying to figure out how they can automatically feed their fish outside of, not using dry food only, having a way to kind of feed the frozen food. This is a really exciting product for sure.
And the problem is, as soon as you make like a slurry, something that you can actually go through a line, now you have bacterial issues.
Right.
Even if you keep it super cold, you still have bacterial growth in the culture and in the line, which is a problem. So, and then you also have a lot of nutritional breakdown. Your proteins, your amino acids, your vitamins start breaking down immediately as soon as you thaw. So I didn't want to go that route. I wanted to keep it solidly frozen, and I built the device I want. Like, this is literally my dream device.
For sure.
It took me 3 years to create this with all of the sensors and everything that I would feel comfortable going out of town with, and knowing that my tank is completely taken care of.
That's the most important part, right? Whenever you're kind of leaving, right? That's like the introduction of controllers in the aquarium hobby, right? We're just any way we can make sure that when we leave, our fish are nice and happy and obviously fed. So really cool to see what you guys have done. I want to say thank you, Tamara, for letting me come over here, bug you, check this out. I hope we can see this coming out on the market here very soon. This is really exciting. Probably my favorite thing at the entire show. If I had to choose one thing, I think this is probably my favorite thing. I like new things. I love innovation. So I'm really excited about it. If you guys are interested in checking out more, check out Manta Systems online. Be sure to check it out. Any social medias and things like that you wanted to shout out?
Yeah, we have we're on everything. Facebook, Instagram,
all the
YouTube,
socials.
Everything.
Sweet, all the socials, Manta Systems. Be sure to check it out. If you guys have hung out and checked out this video, really exciting to see, but be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future uploads.